with NNPL. I'm Jennifer, and this week's episode is going to be focusing on microwave goodness. So the recipes that we're going to be doing today, the key component is that everything's going to be cooked in the microwave, so it makes it very easy to get together and cook something in a couple of minutes. So I'm going to be doing a recipe for egg mugs, so scrambled eggs and an omelette that we're going to be doing. And then my coworker Meghann from her place demonstrates how to do a mug cake recipe, and she will be doing 2 variations of the mug cake recipe. So sit back, relax, and watch us as we create some wonderful, yummy goodness. Alright, so the components of an egg mug actually only involve a few ingredients. You'll need 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of butter, and salt and pepper to taste. For my recipe though, I'm going to be adding a couple of extra ingredients. I'm going to be adding a few slices of pre-sliced ham, some shredded cheese, and to top everything off, we're going to use a salsa. Now you can use additional ingredients if you like, if you want fresh veggies, or if you want to change up the type of cheese or salsa, whatever works. Okay, so now that we have all the ingredients, we're going to go ahead and get started with making our egg mug. So our first step is going to be to crack our eggs directly into the mug. All right. And from there, we're just going to give our eggs a good stir just to break up the yolks. Very important. All right. So once we get our yolks nice and mixed up, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, all I did with this was just break them up into small pieces. A really good key to helping with keeping the butter nice and firm is to put it in the freezer for a couple of minutes and then take it out. And then it makes it a little easier to break them up into smaller pieces. Just stir that in. All right, and then into that we're gonna add, I took 3 slices of that pre-sliced ham and cut them into small pieces. And then we'll add, like I said, a couple of sprinklings of cheese. And then once everything is in there, we're just gonna stir it all in, make sure that the ham and cheese gets nicely incorporated into the egg mixture. All right, and so now that our ham and cheese mixture is all set, we're gonna pop this into the microwave. And it's gonna have 2 cooking cycles. So the first cycle is gonna go for 30 seconds. Once the 30 seconds is up, we'll take it out and give it a quick stir. And then we'll put it back into the microwave for another 45 to 60 seconds, depending on your wattage for your microwave. And then we'll take another look at it. If you find that the eggs are still looking a little liquidy, just pop it in for another 30 seconds. And by then it should definitely be cooked. All right, so after we microwave the eggs in the for the egg mug, and you can see that the eggs are nice and set, you can just go ahead and break it up a little bit by giving a little bit of a stir. Not too much though, because you don't want to break them up into tiny, tiny pieces. But, all right, and that looks really good. And then last but not least, let me grab a spoon here so we can spoon this out. We'll just add a scoop or 2 of salsa. And there you go. A real quick and easy egg mug recipe that took less than a couple minutes to make. So again, try different ingredients out and see what works. But we'll go ahead and get started with our next recipe, which is going to be for the omelet. So here we go. All right, so now that we created our first egg scramble, we're gonna work on our second recipe, which is going to be more of an omelet style. And so I've already to my mug added my 2 eggs. And so to that, I'm going to add my butter. And I'll add a little bit of salt. Just a pinch of salt will do. And a little bit of pepper. And then we'll give this a quick little stir. Again, just want to make sure that the egg yolks are broken and everything gets nice and mixed. All right, and then to this, I'm going to add a little bit of pico de gallo, which is just a fresher salsa. So I'll add about 2 spoonfuls of pico de gallo. And if you can, try to make sure that you don't really get too much of the juice, so that way it doesn't leave with runny eggs. And then I'll add some cheddar cheese for this one. Change it up a bit. All right. And then we'll give this a stir. And so now we'll go ahead and put this in the microwave. We'll follow the same cooking time. So we'll start off at 30 seconds, give it a quick stir to break up some of the edges, and then we'll put it back in for another minute or so. And then once it comes out, we'll see what the final product will be. All right, so now that we've finished making our egg, we're gonna go ahead and place it on our plate. So to do that, we're just gonna take our mug, and then with a plate, you'll just place it right on top of our mug, and then flip it over. And then just do a little tap there. And then for the most part, our egg comes out in one piece. Just a little bit of a straggler there. And that is pretty much it. You can serve it just like is. Although, if you really want to add an interesting variation, you can make this into a sandwich. So, I have a lovely biscuit here that I got from a takeout place. That's already been split. And so from there, now, you probably could put this whole egg on the biscuit, but for in this case, I'm just going to slice it so it's a smaller piece. And you actually could use 2 biscuits and make 2 sandwiches. But then you place your egg half, like so. And top with the other half of the biscuit. And voila, you have a breakfast sandwich. So that was how to make 2 lovely egg mug recipes. So I'm going to turn it over to my coworker, Megan, who's going to go over how to make her mug cake recipes. So Megan, take it away.
Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make 2 variations of cake in a mug. First one is going to be a cinnamon roll that you can make in a mug, and you'd serve it with powdered sugar, or you can make some icing. And this is a double chocolate chip cake in a mug that you could serve with ice cream on top. To make cinnamon rolls in a mug, you'll need a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of vanilla almond milk or any other kind of milk you have at home, 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, a 1/4 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of oil or melted butter, 1 tablespoon brown sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. To make your mug cakes, you're going to need teaspoons, measuring spoons, a small whisk or a spoon, a mug that is at least 12 ounces, and baking spray. To make your cinnamon roll in a mug, start with a 12-ounce mug that you've prepared with cooking spray. To this you will add your flour, baking powder, your milk, the maple syrup, going to put in the vanilla, and lastly the oil. So now we're going to take our cinnamon roll in a mug and put it in the microwave for 1 minute. To make dark chocolate chip cake in a mug, you'll need a 12-ounce mug, a whisk or a spoon, 2 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, a tablespoon of dark unsweetened baking cocoa, 1 tablespoon of chocolate chips, a half teaspoon of baking powder, 1 large egg yolk, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. To start this recipe, you'll need to melt 2 tablespoons of butter in your mug for about 30 seconds in the microwave. So now that our butter is melted, we're just going to add the rest of our ingredients into the mug. This is the egg yolk I separated. And then we'll mix this all together. So to our combined cake batter, we'll add our chocolate chips and then stir them in gently with a spoon to combine. And once this is ready, we'll put it in the microwave for 1 minute.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Cooking with NNPL.